So if you're watching this, you probably have a 56. That's what I have. Dodge Coronet. It may work for most 55, 56 Mopars. I'm not 100% sure. But if you have a door latch with a star wheel that's broken, I'm just going to go over some key points and kind of show you how you can rebuild these. First step is you need to know how to get your window and door opener handles off. And the way this works is it has this square drive and a spring-loaded clip that holds it onto the door latch itself. Now, they sell a special tool. You really don't need it. If you use a 90-degree pick like this, you can get between the door trim and the door panel, and you can push that over, and it will line everything up in order to release it. And you may need to use like a plastic pry tool or something. You can get those Harbor Freight wherever. So you'll need to do that to get both the door handles off, and because that's one of the trickier parts of this whole job. Now, the main thing is, if you're here, you most likely have a broken star wheel. Now, what you're going to need to do is, on your latch right here, you're going to need a Dremel with a carbide bit, and you're going to need to grind out the center that's peened over of the shaft here, the center shaft. And then you're going to have to cut right here with, I just used a cutoff wheel. And you're going to have to know how to weld, because you have to weld this back together. So what happens is the star wheel, and this is a piece that I made because my star wheels were garbage, and these latches are pretty hard to find, and everybody tells you to go to some other, go some other route or whatever. But all I did was take a piece of solid stock steel, machine it down to the proper diameter, the outer roundness, and then traced the old one and tried to replicate, the teeth that were broken. Because usually what you're going to find is one of the teeth is broke off or chipped or something, and it's either going to bind, the door won't open, the door won't close, one or the other. So all I used was some drill bits, drill down, take away most of the material, and then a Dremel with a carbide bit to grind out everything, fairly smooth. And that's all, it's worked really well. Another key point is, if you look at this, side profile, these two gear, like the two stars, they're offset. The top one's over, bottom one's this way. That needs to stay the same. If you accidentally line them up when you're trying to, Dremel them or get them off kilter where they're not supposed to be, this won't work. So the way the latch does work, it has 3 springs, and if you push this down, you'll see inside those 3 springs, and they have like a cog that goes on here. That's what pulls back, lets the star wheel spin when the door closes or opens. When you press this down and the cogs are back, that star wheel will fly, it'll freewheel, I should say. Let me get this back in here. So when you close it, your door, it's clicking over like this and locking in. Okay. Now, when you're opening the door, like, there's a lever that holds this back, and now your star wheel will freewheel, so that allows you to open the door. So this is how the mechanism works. And like I say, rebuilding them, it's not too bad. It's not that bad of a process. Like I say, you just got to make a star wheel is the biggest thing. Take it apart, bend this up so you can get the old star wheel out. I think I took this apart more previously. This is the second time around. My springs were binding, so I had to take it apart and oil it up real good, which, if I would have just maintained it over the past few years, I wouldn't have had to do that, but I slipped my mind. So, but yeah, you can also pry these tabs up and take this whole back mechanism off as well. But hopefully you can get away with just doing the star wheel repair. And I hope that helps some folks out there. Thanks, bye.